Before we talk about the football, I think it's hugely important to say that there was two really bad incidents at both clubs on Tuesday night, and really unfortunately, at Wycombe, Mark lost his life, which is a tragic incident, and it's something that goes way beyond football. And I'd like to send out my condolences personally, and from us as a football club, because it really wasn't nice to see after our game. And obviously it's a club where I've got a lot of friends still, know a lot of people, and I started there, so really sad. And obviously the incident just in front of yourself on Tuesday night here as well. Fortunately for Chris and his family, he's come through it okay, and fingers crossed that we get to see him in the next week or two once he's on his way to recovering, and we'll take a few lads down to see him. But yeah, hugely sad. People have gone to watch their football clubs and support their football team, and it's ended up not in a very nice way. So I think for me it's just important we mention that and discuss that, and as I said, pass on our wishes as a football club and from us personally.
It is a Buckinghamshire derby, and it's a rivalry that's grown. It's not huge, it's not massive, which maybe you think it should be. Two sides in Buckinghamshire, but there haven't been that many games between the two sides. But you've been involved.
I have, yeah. I think in a few. Yeah, we used to have some good battles back. It was a long time ago now, but it's. I think it'd be a good game. I think if you look at the position they're in, I think they've exceeded all their own expectations and probably other people's. But they're a really good side. It's going to be a tough game for us. I'm sure the position they're in, they'll bring, a really good support with them, with it just being down the road. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hopefully a good atmosphere, a good game of football. It's a manager I know really well, and have a lot of respect for in the way that he does things and the environment that he's built there over a long period of time. So I'm looking forward to it. As I said, I still know a lot of people at that football club, and tomorrow that all gets put to one side. But for us, it's important. It's a home game. We've been good at home on the whole. We had a big win on Tuesday, and we have to build on that and make sure that it turns into 3 even better points after Saturday at 6 o'clock. So it's a game we're looking forward to. We're prepared for. We know what to expect. We've played them twice already this season, once in the cup obviously as well. So we'll be ready for them. But as I always say, it's about us and what we can do. We had to tweak a few things in the second half on Tuesday. So it's stuff we've been working on through video and on the training pitch as well today. So we'll be ready. We're looking forward to it. It'll be a tough game, make no mistake about it. But it's one I'm confident if we perform how we have done at home, we can get some points from.
Why is it that whenever anyone talks about Gareth Ainsworth, they talk in glowing terms? People have played for him, people have worked with him, people have come up against him. Everyone speaks very highly of Gareth Ainsworth. Why? I
think he's just a good person. He's he's a good man. It's as simple as that, And I think it's probably a sad indictment of football that when someone's a good person, you have to speak about him so well. But he is just a good guy. I was on a course with him last year for a whole year. We used to pick his brains a lot, and we'd have a good few debates about football. Not everyone sees the game in the same way, but he's really, in terms of what he's created there, as I said, I know a lot of people there who speak really highly of him as a person, as a leader. So I've got a huge respect for someone who does the job that well over such a long period of time, and at a club like that with what he's done. So just a really good guy. I'm sure we'll have a good chat after the game, but for 90 minutes tomorrow, I want to do everything we can to make sure we beat his football team. It's as simple as that. And then after that, I'm sure we'll have a good chat about the game, about football in general.
No Adebayo in Fenway?
I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So we'll have to see. As always, to be honest, we don't work a week on the opposition and setting up like that, because if people do change formation, all that stuff, it's not how I want to work. It's about us. It's about our process. It's about what we do. So they're coming to us. It'll be about what we do, regardless of who they're playing. But we'll have to wait and see who's in their squad and who isn't on Saturday. But we'll be prepared for whoever is and whoever it isn't, whether he's playing or not.
We're just on Lewis, because we obviously spoke to Lewis ahead of the game on Tuesday, and you saw glimpses there. There was a bit of rust, I think, within him. You could see that. But when I asked him to describe the kind of player you are, I think he used the word combative, and I think we saw that on Tuesday, didn't we?
He's probably doing himself an injustice. He's a good footballer as well. But I think we saw, especially after half-time, when the pressure was really on, who came to the fore, and he was one of them. He really drove us on in the start of the second half, and he was just knackered. He hasn't played a lot of football, so we'll build him up. But I think everyone can see what a good addition he'll be in terms of his power, his pace, his quality on the ball. And the second half, it really showed. It really, really showed. And as I said on Tuesday, I thought he was a real plus point, and as was Carlton, and not just what they do on the pitch, but their personalities in and around it, and you see that on the pitch as well, the way they lead. So really pleased with him, and hopefully if he will recover in time for tomorrow, and if he does and he's ready to start the game, then he'll give us another performance, and hopefully he'll just keep getting better every time, as Carlton has done, as Ben Gladman has done when he's come on as well.
The transfer window is about to slam shut, apparently, some people say. I think it's just kind of closing quite gently, to be honest with you. Are we done?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't. I'd expect some more business at some point, but I wouldn't be surprised in the same token if we are done. So it really is. It's that fluid. It's that, it just changes. As I've said to you so many times already, it changes all the time. We could end up 1 or 2 in, we could end up with no one in, we could end up with 2 or 3 out, we could end up with no one out. It really is like that at the moment. So things change all the time. I really don't know, is my answer. I would expect us to be busy in some capacity today. Whether it's in and out, I couldn't tell you yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But we've worked on the same things, we're battling against the same things all the time, in terms of other clubs with the finances they can put out there and things like that. So it's not been easy, but I am really happy, as I've said, with the squad we've got. I'm really happy with the people we've brought in. Chairman's been hugely supportive and been great in allowing them people to come in. So if we end up with this, no problem at all. But if we can get 1 or 2 in to help the group now, great.
And just finally, on good headaches, because defensively you've probably got some good headaches now, haven't you? Yeah,
I think I just felt like, as I said to you, with Jordan, I felt like just freshening it up and trying to bring him in to give us something new. And he played really well. And I said to you, Walshy's been really good since I've come in, really consistent. So it's tough. And George Williams, I think, has surprised a few people with his level of performance at centre half. I've not been surprised, but I knew what he was going to bring us. He's been excellent. So we've got some really good options, and you've got Bailey who's looking really fit and sharp in training at the moment as well. So Regan has been excellent. So yes, it's as you said, it's a good headache to have, because you want people who are desperate to play, and they all are, and they're all working extremely hard to get in the team. And when they get in the team, the fact that they're working so hard in training and putting in the extra work and stuff like that means they're ready to come in, as George was when he came in, took it by the scruff of the neck, and same with Jordan on Tuesday. So I think they realise now there's real competition, and that chances aren't going to come easily. So you have to really work hard to get a chance to get into the team. And when you do, you've got to do everything you can to make sure you keep hold of that shirt. And that's really healthy. So it's something I need to manage between now and the end of the season. But if you're playing well and the team's winning games, it's difficult to change. So that has to be their motivation once they get in the team, and that's the same anywhere on the pitch.
Did you, and just finally on that, did you work all that out before you became a manager? Because obviously you've been preparing for a while mentally, and doing the badges and all the stuff that you needed to do. But having these kind of headaches, knowing what to do in situations where you've got 2 players who could play in the position, and you've got to leave one of them out. These kind of things you can't really prepare for, can you?
No, it's the hardest bit. I mean, what you prepare for is the environment you want to try and create, and the way you want to lead, if you like. And I think for me it makes it harder, because I feel such connection with all these players, because I was in the dressing room with them, and that's how I want to maintain those strong relationships personally and professionally. So it makes it more difficult, that's for sure. I wish it was easier to switch off sometimes. You go, oh no, he's not playing. But it is difficult, because it's lads' careers. They're desperate to play, and they're all good people. And if they weren't, it would make it much easier. But I'm pleased they are. I'm pleased they're all desperate to play. And for me, even when they come out the team, their reaction's been phenomenal. Regan and Walshy in particular, and Bailey the last few weeks, they're 100% behind the team that are playing, 100% behind the lads in their positions that are playing, which as a manager is exactly what you want to see, because it's a squad game. And I've said that we're going to need everyone between now and the end of the season. You never know what's going to happen, an injury, a suspension, and I really mean that. And I think we've shown that over the period of time. I think everyone's pretty much played, everyone's had a chance, and if you end up taking a chance and playing well, most of the time you'll end up staying in the team, and they've done that. So who knows what will happen between now and the end of the season. But what I do know is that I trust every single one of them, and they've given me everything they've got. They continue to do that, and whilst they do that, as you said, it'll be good headaches, and there'll never be a problem with that, and it's up to me to make sure I manage that.
In terms of who you may be bringing in, maybe shipping off, are you looking in any particular area on the pitch to strengthen? Yeah,
I think if we can strengthen, as I said to you, for me, it's not about one area. There's been areas of focus in terms of what we need in terms of players, attributes and stuff like that in the dressing room and on the pitch. So we've addressed some of that, I think. But I think it's just anyone that has been available and could strengthen us as a group and on the pitch, regardless of position, really has been consideration. So and that remains the same now. We have a few few targets that we've been monitoring over the last 4 weeks. It's frustrating that everyone leaves their business until late, but yeah, I think, and we've got people that need to go out and play football. It's as simple as that. So we'll have to wait and see. There's not one specific area I'm going, we desperately need someone there, because as I said, the group that we've got have shown that they're really capable, and they're really capable at this level once they're given a structure and a belief to do it. And as I said, if we don't bring anyone in, I'm fine. Honestly, that it's fine. I'm confident in what we've got, but I would like one or two in to help us in certain areas if we can.
We're about to speak to Callum Britton. We've all waxed lyrical about him recently. Just how good can he be? I told him the other day that I've been really demanding of Callum, because I believe in him so much. So he doesn't always like it, but his ceiling's wherever he wants it to be. Really, I genuinely believe that with the attributes he's got. He needs to brush up and work on things. He knows that, and he knows my opinion on that, and I think he agrees with that, or at least he nods and tells me he does. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see in a few years, but it will be up to him. It'll be up to him, and it'll be how he wants to apply himself on and off the pitch, and his professionalism and his day-to-day stuff, and because he's got it, he's certainly got it, and so we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited for Callum and his future. Hopefully it'll be of us over the next few years, but as I said, really it's up to him where he wants to take it and where he wants to go, because he's been excellent for me since we've taken over, and he continues to work extremely hard and take things on board, so hopefully we'll improve him, and we'll see what happens after that.